It was with great pleasure that I can announce that the Spring Offensive has been a success. The Spring Offensive was an opportunity to get payback on Darkblood for siding with the 19th MEU and collaborating with the SMSTR. It was also a chance for me to flex Alpha platoons and our new allies' muscles one last time before I step down for a month or two to revise. I am now going to explain the key events and battles during this short, sharp Spring Offensive that took place over the last couple of days. In the first battle, 11 Alpha members were present. We were 200 tickets ahead and held all the objectives before being kicked out by the server admins. However, the 28th MEU by this point had left and had let their allies fight for them. In the second battle, Alpha only had 3 to 4 members online. This was because the 28th and its allies took Alpha by surprise and invaded one of their allied clan server, which they weren't prepared for. However, Alpha and its allies responded and pushed the 28th and their allies back to their deployment. The majority left the game. The server was set up so that captures didn't matter, which meant that they had been beaten by 100 kills. After the second battle, Alpha and its allies celebrated, as they had successfully repelled a full-scale invasion despite being taken by surprise and not being fully prepared for it, and managed to push back and overwhelm the attacking force. Alpha already knew that the 42nd and the 28th were allies. However, what Alpha did not know is that the 32nd MEU also were allies with the 28th, and they helped invade our allies' server. So I took it upon myself to assassinate their leader, JTF Buzzkill. With 2 victories under our belt, we were going to leave the 28th and their allies alone. However, sources within the 28th suggested that they were going to launch another invasion. However, we took the opportunity to launch a preemptive strike and invaded the 28th server, as we had been given the password by a spy within the 28th. Once all allied forces were into the game, we dug in and waited for a response from the 28th. Alpha, at this point in this battle, managed to bring at least 7 people to the fight. However, when the 28th did respond, it was too late and they brought too fewer people. Realising they weren't going to win and that we had won, they kicked us all from the game. As soon as we were banned from the 28th server, we jumped straight into the 32nd server. The 42nd and 32nd were present and the 28th joined in later on. We joined with all our allies and we took all the objectives and we were winning, at which point, again, they kicked us out of the game. And the thing I find most funny about all of this is that Darkblood pretends to be not bothered about it and tries to laugh it off, but yet he's posting lots of statuses in the activity feeds bitching and complaining about me. He seems kind of butthurt to me. I find it really ironic that he is saying that Alpha didn't bring many people to the fight and we relied upon our allies. To some extent that is kind of true, but Alpha brought more people than the 28th did. In the first battle, the 28th brung no one. The second battle, they only brung 3. The third battle, they only brung 2. And the fourth battle, they only brung 3. So the most amount of people they brought to any of those 4 battles was 3 people. Everyone else in that battle was either the 42nd or the 32nd. Whereas Alpha in the first battle brought 11 people. In the second battle, we were taken by surprise, so we only had about 3 to 4 people online. In the third battle, we actually managed to bring 7 people, and in the fourth battle, we managed to bring about 5 or 6 people. So, don't start saying that we're dependent on our allies, when we brought more people to the fight than you were able to bring. Yes, Alpha did use allies, but we only bring allies if the team we're going up against either has more people than us, or they're using allies. Now, whenever we played the 28th MEU, the 32nd and the 42nd were always with them. Wherever the 28th went, the 42nd and the 32nd went with them. We had no choice but to utilise our allies. Okay? The other thing is that Seal, which provided quite a lot of the support to Alpha, we may even be merging units anyway. They're currently deciding as to whether they want to merge or not, but if we do merge, then technically they're our members. So don't start saying that I'm dependent on my allies. If you're going to use allies, then I'll bring my allies into the fight as well. And the thing I find quite funny is that every time we started to win, so we joined the game. At the first bit we were losing, and then we would start to win, and then we would overtake them by loads, and then they would kick us from the game. Every time we started to win, or were winning by a lot of points, they would immediately kick us from the game. I found that quite funny. Back on the 360 Dark Blood, I remember that at one time I was really thinking about like quitting, shutting down my unit forever, and you turned around and said, "No, Johnny, don't. I look up to you. You're an inspirational leader. I look up to you. Don't, if you shut your unit down, I'm going to look down upon you. You need to keep it going. You're a good leader. Don't let other people put you down." I remember you said that to me back on the 360. So don't start telling your members and allies that I'm a bad leader, because you at one point looked up to me as a leader. And the other thing is, don't start bitching about how I'm not a milsim. Yes, I'm not as milsim as I was back on the 360 with Berry, when we used to run a proper British milsim and use proper British Army tactics. But times have changed, and all the problems that came with doing that, managed to get rid of now. I'm still milsim, but not as milsim as I was, and I admit that.